to get used to when it came to being mixed race was that people knew I wasn't white, but they didn't know what the fuck I was. One of my earliest memories from school is one time I was just wandering through the hallways, and back then I had like the classic Latina unibrow. I was hairy as shit, right? Comes with the territory. And some random kid was walking in the hallway in front of me, and he kept like turning around and looking at me and like looking back. And I'd never met this kid before. I think he was in a different grade. And he just at one point stops in the middle of the hallway, turns around and just goes, "Are you Indian?" I just stared at him and I was like, "No." And then he was like, "Oh, okay." And then he just kept walking. He didn't even ask what I was. I've also had this situation where I've dated several like people and they have no idea either up until like embarrassingly late in the relationship. I dated a guy for like 6 weeks once, and at one point I was talking about my mom, and I was like talking about her immigration up here from Mexico, and the man just stops me and he goes, "Oh, Mexico." And I was like, "Yeah," and he just straight up goes, "Yeah, I didn't know what you were, honestly." It's been 6 weeks, dude. Like, white people in particular will guess anything except Latina. Unless I'm like actively out here wearing hoop earrings and shit, or letting my unibrow grow out even slightly, or curling my hair slightly more instead of letting it just go flat, and then they get it. Although interestingly, other Latinas can tell like instantly. Like, they will come up to me and start speaking to me in Spanish because like they see it. So at least they have my back. Like, that's always been reassuring.